guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here, and in today's video I just want to do just a casual get ready with me. I kind of have like a vague idea of what makeup look I want to do. I just want to hang out, do some makeup, chat a little bit, you know, vibe. Just running on straight vibes right now. So if you guys want to hang out, do some makeup, chat, then just keep on watching. I have a question. What's your guys' makeup brush setup like? Do you have a lot of brushes? Do you just have a couple brushes? If you have a lot of brushes, I have more questions. What's your wash schedule like? Okay, here's why I'm asking. I have a lot of brushes. Recently did a brush declutter, got rid of a decent amount, but like still have a lot of fucking brushes. I have them all organized by like type as well. But for pretty much this entire year have been doing like pretty regular chore tot videos where I'll just like literally wash my brushes with you guys while I you know, chat about fucking whatever. I don't have one scheduled for this month, so I'm left to my own devices with my brush washing. And I'm running out of certain types of brushes. Other types of brushes I have more than enough of, but I'm running out of certain types of brushes. And I'm just wondering, like, would it be normal of me? Would it be normal of me to go through my dirty brushes and literally only wash the type of brushes that I need? Or is it more normal for me to just wash them all? But that feels like so much work. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. So, I'm gonna be using, I picked this up so fucking weird. I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty Empowered palette today. I'm just gonna do my eyeshadow and then I'll show you guys what I use at the end. I had a completely different makeup look planned for today. Looked at it this morning and said, I don't want to do that. Mostly because I knew I wanted to wear this shirt and I was like, this makeup look doesn't match my shirt. And then the kicker is I put on this shirt and then I was like, I don't even know if I really like this shirt. I just don't know if I like the way that it fits. It's a very, as you can tell, the straps are like the thinnest thing in the world. Which, listen, I personally don't really care if you can see my bra strap next to my tank top strap. I don't care. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. But when I had my bra on originally and the top of my bra where it connects to the strap came up to like here so you could see the top of my bra, and I was like, that's not cute. And I was like, okay, let's see what this looks like without a bra. And it looks fine. I guess I could show you. It looks fine. I just don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just like very much not used to not wearing a bra of some type. But then I also kind of had that little moment of clarity where I was just like, realistically, I'm gonna go film and they're only gonna be able to see the very top of my shirt. So doesn't really matter how it fits on the under boob section, you know? You guys can't see it, and frankly, I'm not fucking going anywhere today. I was actually originally thinking about seeing if my husband wanted to go see Deadpool and Wolverine tonight after, which is not why I picked the red shirt. But I wanted to see if he wanted to go see that after he got off work tonight, because in my time it's the middle of August. You guys are seeing this at some point in September, so I'm pretty sure by the time you guys see this it's not even going to be in theaters anymore. But like, let me put it this way. My husband and I watched Deadpool on our very, very first date. And then Deadpool 2 came out like within days of our second anniversary. So that was like our second anniversary date. And it was cute because it's like Deadpool 2 and then it's our second anniversary, you know, like it was cute. And so rightfully so, we were pretty fucking excited about Deadpool 3. Like, it's our thing, right? Like one of his best friends gave us a little Deadpool figurine as a wedding gift because he knew that was like, we watched it on our first date, like it's our thing. We didn't really have any like outright, let me actually take that a little bit farther. We didn't really have any like outright plans to go see it like opening weekend or anything like that. And I can't even remember what it was that we were talking about, but it was opening weekend that we were talking. You know, movies come out technically on a Friday, but you can like go see them at midnight on a Thursday, night, you know, all that. And we were talking, I think, on that Saturday, and one of his friends had seen it and said that it was really, really good. And we were both just like, dude, I get off work early on Sunday. Like, you want to go? And that was the plan. And like, listen, I can rationalize that a part of my thought process was rooted in a touch of OCD. I can. I live in America, if you can't tell by the way that I speak. But on Sunday, I was at work, left to my own devices and thoughts and things, and kind of just like the more I kept thinking about it, I just started to not have a great feeling about it. Let me repeat again. I live in America. I am 32, almost 33 years old. Permanently ingrained in my memory will be the Aurora shooting, the Dark Knight shooting. So it's kind of something that, honestly, ever since then, has just been in the back of my mind. And I've seen like a lot of people talk about this on Reddit and stuff, that like it's honestly a very unfortunately common thing in American minds. I've seen a lot of people say, you know, like, they'll go to a movie and they'll sit down, and immediately before the movie even starts, before anything, you know, even the previews start, they'll be mapping out where the exits are and like all of that different kind of stuff. Like, it's fucking pathetic that's what happens in this country, but you know, it's, I think, something that particularly my generation is traumatized by. Younger generations have, you know, school shootings and stuff like that. And so, like, it's just something that we, unfortunately, as a product of where we live, have to consider, you know. Every country has their bad things that they have to consider when going out in public, and that's ours. I ended up texting my husband and just being like, I don't know that I'm comfortable going to like opening weekend. You know, that's when it's going to be the busiest. There's going to be the most people. I'm not super comfortable. I'm not currently worried about COVID, even though I know COVID's like very much still a thing, mostly because we just fucking had it like 2 months ago. So I'm not too concerned about COVID at the moment. Which could be dumb of me, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I would rather get COVID again than get shot. I would honestly rather not even just get shot than be involved in an active shooting. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. So I don't think, no one wants that, obviously. Anyway, yeah, I texted my husband about it, and he was like, you know, like, and he does not have OCD, just need to throw that out there, and he was like, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that the thought didn't cross my mind as well. So we say, okay, well, you know, maybe next weekend. And I even suggested to him, I was just like, you know, maybe let's see if my dad wants to go with us, because my dad also loves Deadpool, and, you know, my dad fucking loves Wolverine. Like, X-Men is his thing. I grew up watching X-Men because that was what my dad watched. So, you know, I was like, well, maybe, you know, with us delaying it, maybe we'll see if my dad wants to go and this and that. He didn't want to go. His excuse was that he does not like sitting in theaters. And I was like, that's kind of fucking valid, honestly. So the next weekend came, and we kind of had the same plan. We were going to go on a Sunday since I get off work earlier that day, you know, this and that, whatever. And I was actually mostly fine that weekend. Like, it had been, the movie had been out for a week, you know, this and that. My husband was actually the one that texted me while I was at work, and he was just like, I just keep getting a really bad feeling about going to the theater. And I was like, that's totally valid and fair, and we don't have to do this. Like, that's totally fine. We can go a different time. Fuck it. At this point, we can just wait for it to come out, and we can watch it from the comfort of our own home. It is what it is, you know? It also kind of worked out because, weirdly, neither of us had seen Logan. So instead, we just stayed home and watched Logan, which fucked me up. That movie fucked me up. But yeah, it was kind of considering suggesting to him, you know, it's a Thursday today, so there's not going to be a ton of people there. I just kind of started, honestly, it was twofold. It was a twofold situation. I kind of started just being like, I kind of just really want a day where I just like don't go out. I don't do anything. I don't put on shoes. You know, a no shoes day, if you will. I'm still going to clean the house and be productive, but like sometimes it's nice to just not leave the house. I'm not loving this. And then the other part about it is I'm just still having like a lot of like OCD thoughts about my cats, which if you want to hear more about that, I'll link the video that I talk about that. If it's out already, it should be. It was a Shop My Stash video. Anyways, and like I know that we both work tomorrow, so there's really nothing I can do about it tomorrow, but I don't know, I just personally like it more when there's someone here that can keep an eye on them. There's also another part of it too that I'll talk about when I get back from putting on my base, because we started watching a new show that I have to tell you guys about. Well, it's not a new show, it's season 2 now, but we just started watching season 2, and I kind of really just want to lay in bed tonight and watch it with my husband because it's fucking wild. Okay, that's actually a lot better and exactly what I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna go put on a wing, put on my base. I'll be right back real quick. I forgot to show you what shadows I used. So I started out with Confident and then blended it out with Legacy, Get It. Power was the lightest color I put on the top, and then Power was also the color that I put on my lids. But typically when I do this eyeshadow style, I use a shimmer on my lids. I don't know why I tried to do it with a matte. I think it's because I looked at this and I was like, none of these shimmers are gonna be what I want. And then I ended up topping it with ColourPop Duochrome in Glaze. So there we go. I'm gonna go put on my base. I'll be right back. I feel like I've said this in like 5 different videos now, but lately I've really been loving letting my concealer sit while I apply my cream bronzer. So, and I always just feel like it would be weird of me to come back on camera just like this, just hey. So let me use the Milani Cheek Kiss cream blush in Hey Honey. Literally no reason other than the fact that so this is what I do. Okay, I have all my makeup put away. I have my monthly makeup basket on my vanity pulled to the side, right? And when I am filming, I try very, very, very hard, unless I need a very specific product from that basket, I try really hard to use other makeup while I'm filming. I recently started doing kind of like every Monday, I just fucking do whatever I want makeup wise, right? I don't use the makeup basket, I just use whatever I want. And that's just to make sure I don't get like bored of what I have. This concealer is burning the shit out of my under eyes. But yeah, I started like doing whatever I want. And I have a separate basket that for the longest time when I would film, because typically I have 2 days off in a row, and so I'll film both days, and so I like won't completely tear everything down until I'm completely done filming. And so I would just take the makeup that I had used on that day and put it into the basket, and then that way the following day when I'm filming, I can again try to use something different so that you guys aren't just seeing me use the same products over and over and over and over again. And also so that I am, you know, just spreading the love throughout my vanity. Where I'm going with that is recently I started putting the makeup that I use on Monday into that basket. So it is pulled off to the side, and then once again when it comes to filming time, I am attempting to use even different makeup than that. So that there are 3 days a week that I am using completely different products of makeup. That way I am really using a good chunk of my, well, not a good chunk, well, a good chunk of certain products, but just that way I'm really using a lot of different products, you know? Because if there's one thing about me, if there are certain products that I just like am absolutely in love with, I will, if I can, I will use it every single day. So this is forcing me to use other stuff that's not like my 100% ride or die favorite, but that I do still enjoy and should still use, you know? And anyways, where I was going when I said that I was using that bronzer for no reason other than it's the one that I have, is between my monthly makeup basket, doing my makeup on Monday, and then filming yesterday, that Milani cream bronzer was the last one that I hadn't used this week. And then for cream blush, I'm going to use the LYS, I believe it's called like the Higher Standard Glow Blush or something like that. I'm going to use the shade Curvy. I have discovered that I prefer to use brushes with this formula in particular, so I'm just going to use a brush. Anyways, let me tell you about this show. It's called Love Off the Grid. We watched it on HBO Max. Don't ask me what actual TV station it's on, because we watched it on HBO Max. Yes, it is a corny reality TV show. So basically, a couple years ago, after my husband had surgery and couldn't work and I was off work like taking care of him and shit, we just kind of stumbled across that show. It was like a new release at the time, and you guys know how it is when you're at home for an extended period of time recovering from a surgery or illness or whatever, just, you know, you run out of shit to watch. And we started it and we're immediately hooked because it's drama, it's funny, it's cringy, it's concerning, it's wild. So basically what it is, to give you a quick description of the show, it is about a series of couples that one of them lives off the grid. Now, pedantically, they don't all live off the grid, but more so like they live off the land, they're homesteading, they're living, you know, up in mountains or out in the desert, you know, just kind of off doing their own thing, very much away from the city life, like backwoods living kind of style stuff, right? So we watched it a couple years ago when it first came out, enjoyed it, and, you know, that was that. And I'm gonna be honest, we, like I've said, we watched the first season 2 years ago, so I don't remember like every single the couple that was on the first season of the show. The only ones that I actually genuinely remember are the ones that we are now seeing on the second season. But basically, you know, one member of the couple, one partner, is living off the grid, and then they have found love in some way, shape, or form. And the typically city life partner comes to live with them off the grid, and, you know, they discuss the struggles of, you know, acclimating to living away from civilization and, you know, having to do all of this like land work and farm work and, you know, all of this kind of stuff, while also navigating like living with this partner for the first time and all of this like just, you know, stuff. There was two couples in particular that like really stuck with me with the first season. Thankfully, they are both on the second season. One couple being Jen and Charlie. Jen and Charlie were high school sweethearts that kind of went separate ways in their adulthood. And after Jen had married another man, had four sons with another man, and then went through a divorce, she and Charlie reconnected. He lives up in the mountains, like backwoods area, you know, and in this like teeny tiny little shack. When I say that you can literally reach the toilet from the bed kind of little teeny tiny little shack, right? And Jen moves up there. And they're so cute. Like, that was what stuck with me about them in particular, is like you could genuinely tell how much they loved each other. Like, yeah, sure, they had their arguments and their disagreements because, you know, she's from fucking like a coastal town of Florida. That's what she's used to, and she's used to, like, I can't remember if it was Miami or Tampa, one of those. Like, she is very much used to, like, those types of amenities, and he's like, we gotta skin frogs, you know? That's his thing, is, like, skinning fucking frogs and going hunting. But, like, damn, they, like, so, it was so clear that it was, like, very much like the one that got away kind of thing. Like, he never had another partner besides, so, like, after Jen kind of thing, like, maybe one-offs, but, like, it was like Jen was the one for him kind of thing, and clearly, you know, all that. And then the other couple is Joe and Maisha. And Joe and Maisha Maisha moves to Joe's, like, homestead land. They want to live off the land. They're an interracial poly couple. And they were, again, very similar to Jen and Charlie. Like, it was so... Okay, calm down. It was so clear, just, like, watching the way that they interacted, that, like, they love the shit out of each other. Like, they're so... And, like, don't get me wrong, there's arguments, there's, you know, stuff like that, but, like, especially those two couples, like, that it was so clear that they just, like, truly loved each other. And damn, like, Joe is down fucking bad for Maisha. Like, he worships the ground that she walks on, just thinks that she's everything. But they're also, like, poly, and they're trying to bring someone else into the relationship, and so, like, there's you know, added drama from that and all of this. I cannot remember any of the other couples. I vaguely remember, my husband and I talked about this last night, I vaguely remember there being another woman that was older. She was an older woman. She's Native American, and she lived in, like, the desert of, like, Arizona. And her partner that came to live with her was, like, a younger man. And I remember them not even making it through the season. They fought so bad that he ended up leaving. I vaguely remember that one. And I know that I'm forgetting couples as well. But yeah, we watched the first season, loved it, blew through it because it was so good. And I also think we had found it a little bit late, so we were able to watch all of the episodes concurrently rather than, like, you know, having to wait every single week for other shows that I think that maybe it's not a TV show, like, on national television. Maybe it is just a streaming show. I don't fucking know, dude. Anyways, we loved it. And then it ended. And it was kind of one of those shows that, like, every time we would see another, like, Love Is or Love Blah kind of show, like Love Is Blind or Love da da da, which we don't watch the vast majority of those. I think there's only, like, a couple other, like, cheesy couple reality TV shows that we watch. One of them being Sister Wives. Sister Wives was my thing. And then it was one of those, like, I was watching one of the more recent seasons in bed, and you know how men are, you know how they're like, they have no interest, and then something dramatic happens on the show, and they're like, and then they just keep getting closer and closer, and then more and more and more invested. And now I've basically filled my husband in on, we watched the first season of Sister Wives so that he could see them, like, as functional as they were, you know, painted in the best light and the most normal you could be in a Mormon polyamorous relationship with 3 sister wives and eventually a 4th. Yeah, we watched the first season and then I kind of just filled him in on everything else. And that show's pretty good about showing like flashbacks and stuff like that as well. But yeah, we don't watch too many other shows like that. So it was kind of one of those things. It's like, as time went on after we watched the first season of Love Off the Grid, every time we would see a Love Blah type show, we would be like, damn, when's that show coming back? When's that crazy fucking show coming back? That shit was wild. Because I know for a fact there's a few couples that were on the first season that were just pure fucking drama. Just straight up pure drama. I think that was kind of mostly what hooked us. But eventually over time we kind of just, forgot about it. And then last night we were laying in bed trying to find something to watch. And we saw Love Off the Grid. And I was like, is that show? I was like, is there a new season? Or are they just like advertising the first season like as like a recommended for you because we've watched stupid shit like that in the past, And we clicked on it and it was season 2 and I was like, yes, let's fucking go. We are only, I think, 2 or 3 episodes in as of filming this video. I guarantee we'll be done with it by the end of like this week. Jen and Charlie and Joe and Maisha are on the show again this season, which makes me so happy because again, I love them. I love their love for each other. They just genuinely come across like they love each other so fucking much. And then it's all new couples other than that. And goddamn, some of them are like, you have this woman named Arunia or something similar to that. She's trying so hard to baby trap this man who I don't think is ready for a baby. And she just keeps talking about how much she wants a baby. And then so many spoilers. I'm so sorry if you haven't seen this show, but like, I'm not going to tell you anything major, but like, she's trying so hard to like baby trap this man and talking about how badly she wants a baby. And then in the second episode, it comes out that she already has a 6-year-old that lives with her. And I'm like, you already have a child. Like, I get wanting another baby or whatever, but like, she's acting like the world will end if she does not have a baby. And I'm like, bitch, you have. And she just brought her partner, whose name I can't remember, to come live with her. And like, that man does not seem like he wants to be there whatsoever. Not even a little bit does it seem like he wants to be there. She like refuses to compromise. That's like the biggest thing with this show, particularly with these newer couples. I'm noticing that like the ones that already live off the grid just straight up refuse to compromise anything to help, I don't know, just create a more welcome environment for their partner that they're, moving in with them. This person that's giving up every amenity that they're used to. And because when I say living off the grid, I'm saying the vast majority of these people don't have functional showers. They don't have, hot water heaters. Some of them don't even have electricity. Like, some of them, I think one of them runs straight up on solar, so she does have electricity, but like some of them, like, they're hunting for their food. They're killing their own food. They're not going to the fucking grocery store down the road kind of thing. Like, they are genuinely living off of the land kind of thing. But these people that are already comfortable and established in this community, in this lifestyle, they're like seemingly refusing to grasp that the people that they're asking to come live with them don't do that and have never done that and aren't, super comfortable with certain things or need an adjustment period or just, anything like that. Like, Arunia co-sleeps with her daughter, which whatever, do whatever you want to do. That's totally fine. Her man, who she claims to be so in love with, and they've known each other for years and this and that, her man, is just like, I want to be able to sleep in the bed with you and, do other things, especially for a woman who is like constantly talking about how much she's ovulating, clearly wants a baby. And he's just like, we can't really, with a 6-year-old in bed with us kind of thing. And she's just like refusing any level of like accommodation for him. She's already forcing him to like go past so many of his boundaries and like out of his comfort zone in so many ways because he loves her and wants to be with her, allegedly. I don't really believe that from him, and she's just like refusing to adjust. And don't get me wrong, I understand like her statement when she was just like, so what am I supposed to do? Like tell my daughter, you know, okay, now that he's here, like you go sleep in the doghouse, like you're gonna go sleep somewhere else. Like I'm not gonna do that with my kid. I totally understand that, but like that's just one example of like ways in which she's just like not being accommodating to him in any capacity. And then bitch, there's Ryan and Shayla. And so typically the way that this show works is they will start out by introducing you to the person that already lives off the grid, right? So we meet Ryan. He's this 45-year-old Afghanistan war vet. Like, you know, it seems like a fine guy, I guess, like just from what he's showing. Like he's okay, you know, has some clear trauma from being in the Afghanistan war, but that's not unusual for, you know, vets kind of thing. But like generally seems like a fine dude. He's building a community off the grid. He has other vets living with him who are having, you know, an issue reassimilating into civilian life and, you know, stuff like this. Like he's got a good mission. I will give it to him. He has a very good mission. And then we meet Shayla. Okay. I'm going to repeat again. Ryan is 45 years old. Shayla is 24. Their age gap is old enough to drink. Okay? And like goddamn, she is so fucking entitled and like genuinely comes across like she thinks the fucking world revolves around her. And again, I will repeat that Ryan does very much the same thing as the Arunia girl, where he's not doing anything to help Shayla like accommodate. Like she's moved there, and the entire time she's been there, all that we've seen them do on camera, besides one foot massage while she was wearing lingerie, and I was so uncomfortable because like he's old enough to be her fucking. But besides that, like literally all we've seen is him putting her to work and just like forcing her to do like all of this just fucking manual labor. And I'm like, first of all, this chick is not a manual labor girl, and I could say that as someone who is not a manual labor girly, like just saying. And then she's just like, you're not doing anything to like show me that you even want me to be here or help make this like a welcome space for me, which I understand and I agree with, but her tone was atrocious. Just like so fucking entitled about it. But then also he's like being really shitty about it because he's just like, if I do everything for her, then I'm always gonna have to do everything for her, and she'll just be dependent on me and blah blah blah. Like they're clearly not gonna work out and it's gonna be drama filled. But like the second I saw that chick's fucking age, I was like, oh god, oh, this is gonna be so uncomfortable and a fucking just nightmare, and I'm gonna eat it up. It's gonna be delightful to watch, you know? And then the last couple that's on this season is a lesbian couple. And you know what? I love that for them. It caught me off guard, I'm not gonna lie. My husband and I's face both when we had met I believe her name is Jolie. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. She just got introduced, so we haven't seen either of them a ton. But like, you know, they introduce her, she's talking about, you know, her life and blah, blah, blah. She's the one with the solar panel, so she's doing well, you know. But doing all this stuff, and then they like go to introduce her partner, and just shows her lesbian partner. My husband and I are both like just so fucking excited. Who doesn't love lesbians, right? Like, am I wrong? Like, who doesn't love a lesbian couple? And they're so cute too. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know that her partner is gonna like survive in it. She's very much like, how do I put it? She's a city girl. Like, she's for sure a city girl. I mean, all of them are. They're city people. They're used to their city life amenities. I hope that she does. I hope that they do make it through, because I do actually really like them. I think that they're very, very cute together. I think that they're good for each other in a way. But like, I was very surprised to see the lesbian couple. Super fun show. A delight to watch, honestly. So many ups and downs, so much discomfort and drama, but also just like enjoyable times and just like cute times and stuff like that. I recommend it if you're into trashy couples reality TV. And hey, if you have any suggestions for any other trashy reality TV shows, hit me with them. I am a glutton for them. They're my guilty pleasure. I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my makeup. I'll be right back. So this is the final look. I feel like now that I am all like completely done, I actually like the way that the shirt looks. Maybe it just needed, I don't know, makeup. But this is the final look, and that's gonna wrap up today's video. My fucking neck is killing me today. Comment down below and tell me your favorite guilty pleasure show. I would love to hear all about it. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope that you guys have an awesome, awesome day. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.